overall a pretty nice day across the area. Temperatures got into the low and mid 80s, but once the winds got to settle down after sunset and the skies cleared out, temperatures plummeted. Now upper 60s, mid upper 60s being reported at Savannah Hilton Head International Airport. That dew point temperature indicative that the temperatures aren't going to fall too much more, but either way, not a terrible evening out there by any stretch of the imagination. Viper radar is dry for land areas. There are some showers over the water. Those have been tracking northeast to southwest. That will continue, but more of the rain chances arrive into your Saturday. Again, starting off with a fairly decent morning. Temperatures do warm quickly, though, into the low and mid 80s, though breezy conditions settle in by the afternoon. Also, we will be dealing with about 30 to 40% chances of scattered showers into the afternoon and evening hours as well, but not thinking heavy rainfall totals by any mean on Saturday, but Sundays when that heavier rain does begin to arrive. An area of disturbed weather off the east coast of Florida will begin to flare up just enough, and also high pressure begins to weaken. Southerly flow builds in. That's what's going to allow for more in the way of the unsettled conditions to continue. But northeasterly winds have continued to be fairly persistent. That, along with astronomical high tides coming up with the spring tide, or rather king tide season in play, that's going to lead to several high tides around that flood stage mark at Fort Pulaski. When you hit 9.5 feet, that's when you could start to deal with issues from minor saltwater inundation. And by Sunday to Monday, that's really when we're going to have that be more of an issue for those low spots. Highway 80 on the way out to Tybee Island. Some of the lower spots in the portions of the coastal empire and low country will deal with that. Passing showers start as early as the morning, particularly one or two coastal showers possible, but by in the afternoon, get a little bit of sunshine to destabilize things. More shower activity will move through, but not overall thinking not Saturday is going to be a washout. And even the Vipercast is more optimistic about Sunday, but once you get southerly flow in play, that does bring higher rain chances. So looking at noon Sunday, again, areas of showers are possible. 60% rain chances Sunday into Monday with this overall unsettled regime in the area before things begin to back down with those rain chances by the early to middle portions of next week. An area of disturbed weather that we've been looking at for our local rain chances does have a potential about 10% or so becoming a depression or named storm. Another tropical wave bears watching as well, but this area of cloudiness, a little bit of disturbed weather associated with that. No real tropical issues. Do need to keep an eye on this tropical wave moving off Africa, especially as it will track across the Atlantic over the next 10 days into the Caribbean. That's when it will possibly become our issue. Locally tonight, winds are going to be about 5 to 15 miles per hour, higher east of I-95, of course, mid and upper 60s along the beach, low and mid 60s inland. Tomorrow, though, temperatures are going to be just a hair below average with low and mid 80s, especially inland. About 30 to 40% shower chances are in play. On our local waters, small craft advisory conditions continue. We do have very high seas in even our near shore waters. 20 to 25 knot winds also will persist. Your extended forecast does keep a fall-like feel around by the end of the week, but we do have a bit of a warm-up for the early to mid portions of the week, and that's after the unsettled weather we have this weekend with periods of showers, even occasional rumbles of thunder Sunday into Monday with the potential for some localized flooding.
Looks pretty decent.
Not terrible.
You can take that. All right, thank you so much. We appreciate that. That is it for news and weather, but stick around for the Friday Night Blitz. We have highlights from 19 games after this.